Hey guys, welcome back. So here's going to be the up-to-the-minute update on our land selling from Illinois and our land buying on our Missouri farm over there. So first of all, thanks for joining us, and thanks to all of you who've been following this. It's been a lot of high stakes and high stress, but in looking ahead, 2, 3, 5 years from now, I think ultimately it's going to be the right thing to do. So this last week, we actually closed on the cabin and 3 acres. Done deal. We now have neighbors, checks in the bank, money's in the bank. We then closed on the 110-acre sale. That's part of our 150-acre farm here. We had to cut that into 2 different sales because of a big mortgage company that we have. The process for a partial release, which is a partial release of 12 acres of their lien, is lengthy, so we split that into 2 sales. So we did sell and close, and we have the money in the bank now for 110 acres. Now, additionally, we signed a contract on the Project 291 investment property, so that's under contract. I wasn't very happy with that deal at all for a lot of reasons. We ended up basically kind of just trying to sell it to walk away because we do have a mortgage on that one. When we make these land investments, we still have to take out big mortgages to make them happen. But we have a sale contract on it. It should close before the Missouri land, and the fact that it will eliminate a big mortgage, that will then get us qualified for a conventional mortgage for the new property in Missouri. Now, there's still a lot of moving parts. That's including Sharon's employment in that, and we have to figure out what we're going to do in that direction. So I went back to our banker. Even though the rates are a little bit better right now for an ARM, a 5-year ARM, I said, hey, what can you get us? I know it's competitive for a fixed rate. So if something were to happen, instead of having a 5-year ARM, which basically a 5-year ARM is, it's locked in for 5 years, but then at 5 years it basically reshuffles your amortization schedule depending on the rate. So your payment could go up by $1,000 or $1,500, or could go down by $1,000 if depending on interest rates at that time after the 5 year. It's called an ARM because it's an adjustable rate mortgage. So anyways, now we're going to start looking at new loan packages. May or may not change the payment, but if we can lock it in for 30 years instead of 5, I'd much rather do that. So I got to continue with the partial release on our main house. That's going to leave our home with 22 acres, but we got to sell that last 12 acres. It's the same buyer, the same guy. He wanted to buy all of our land for deer hunting. He loves it. He's already been here, which, by the way, he's already been working on it, and we've actually been working on it too, moving deer towers in and out and getting them off of his new parcel and getting them onto our 22-acre parcel. So as far as the Missouri side, last time we still hadn't had an actual deal yet, so we had a home inspection. The home inspection was like $1,700 because it was a big home, and it identified a bunch of things, and the negotiation was very difficult. It didn't go well for us. It didn't go well for us at all. And on the opposite end, the seller was willing to just walk away and say, well, if you don't want to basically take the house as is, I'll just relist it. So we had a tough decision to make. We almost walked away from it like 6 different times, because we could have gotten out, because the way it works is you pay for an inspection and they say, let's say the furnace don't work. In most states, it's state law. So that basically would negate the contract, but the sellers have the right to cure. So the inspection says, hey, your furnace don't work, but if you still want the same deal, seller, you got to fix the furnace at your cost. But they don't have to. They could say, no. We're selling it as is. Period. End of story. Now, some mortgage companies won't allow that. Some mortgage companies, they're all different. But if they get word of an inspection, now wink, wink, if you don't tell them about it, they may not know. So anyways, in our particular case, the 280 that we wanted to buy, he basically said, no, I'm not, because he felt he came quite a ways on the price. So we had to decide, all right, are we going to buy as is, knowing we're going to have thousands of dollars of potential repairs. There's some septic stuff, a couple rotten windows, some windows, the gas seal has broken, so they're foggy. You want to replace windows, some cracked concrete, gutter issues, stuff like that, which is all normal, by the way. So we chewed on it. We went back and forth. We still don't have it, but I think we have the verbal now. We finally have the agreement on how we're going to do it. We actually ended up losing 4 acres in the deal, but we acquired the driveway. After listening to a lot of your guys' comments and considering it, easements can be good in a lot of ways, but you can have bad problems if you have personnel conflicts or whatever. So the 280 acres is going to own like half of the current driveway. Okay, they're selling 600 acres, but we would have had an easement on that top half of the driveway. So we were able to acquire that as part of the deal. It ended up costing us, we had to give up 4 acres on the big chunk to get that 4-acre driveway. But as part of our purchase, we will then own it. So then we will grant them and anyone they sell to an easement, so they can access their properties through that driveway. So it'll still be a shared driveway, but we'll control it. We'll have actual ownership of it, so they can't take the gate down. You have to give them access, but who wouldn't want access to a gated property? Especially when you don't even have to pay for it. So the future property owners, it'll be our responsibility to keep that gate in working order, but we're going to live there. So that was a win, even though a couple other places we felt we took a loss on, but hey, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So we're actually waiting on the final written contract after the inspection. Our contingencies are done. The sale of the cabin's done, the sale of the land is done, and we got a letter from the bank approving our loan, which is massively huge. So our contingencies are done, the inspection's done. The very last thing that could fall apart is the appraisal. So it has to appraise out. The borrowing institution is going to order the appraisal, and between the land and the home, as long as it appraises out, that's really the last thing that can go wrong. So that's where it's at right now. Things are looking good. We got the down payment now in the bank from the sales of all of our other stuff. The 291 remaining 152 acres is under contract. We'll nix that mortgage soon. Hopefully get a 30-year fixed mortgage moving in, and then we'll start the process. So, wow, tons of moving parts. In hindsight, we probably shouldn't have started looking until now, when we got the money in the bank now. But, life is short, and a lot of people don't have that kind of money, and you want to see what's out there. So that's why people shop, even though they're selling a home. Because let's face it, if we reverse the order and we sold everything, and now we start shopping and we sell our house and we got 60 days to get out, well, now you're rushed. Now you're forced to find somewhere to move to if you have a contract under your current home. So that's why we didn't do that. So thanks for joining us. I hope some people find this educational and fun, and definitely stay tuned once we ever get over to our new farm. It should be pretty exciting. Lots going to go on. So thanks a lot. Have a great evening. I'll catch you later. Thanks.